People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for watching and rocking and tuning back in with me. Now, Arsenal have just drawn 0-0 with Sporting Lisbon. Neither side managed to score. I believe it's the first game we failed to score better yet this season. We now got 3 draws in a row in all competitions. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I mean, while we're through, because we've got a point, we only needed a point to go through out of our group in the Europa League. For me, it's 2 points dropped, essentially, because I demand excellence and because we just could have played better. But it is what it is. No need to go overboard. So with that being said, we might as well review the player performances. I don't feel any player played poor. I just feel it was a case of we done all right. We dominated the game. We wasn't troubled, but we didn't do enough, specifically in the final third, to obviously score or do anything to suggest we deserve to score and things like that. So it's 2 points dropped in that regards. We obviously knew there was going to be rotation into the side, and one criticism probably could be is that I don't feel any player played necessarily woeful. We'll get onto that in a bit because that could be subjective. I did feel there's a couple players out there who clearly are going to get a lot of football this season and things like that, but are they necessarily the first or second players within Unai Emery's thinking when he's deciding a matchday squad or who starts in his first choice 11? I'm not sure. So if I'm one of them players, I'm trying to think, do I give I need to kind of give Unai Emery a headache. Not to name drop because I don't think it applies to them, but Aaron Ramsey and Guendouzi. Guendouzi's got a lot of football this season, but in recent weeks he's kind of lost his spot of sorts, if you could say that. Ramsey hasn't started a game for us since September in the league. So you would think these lot, you want to, just to use them as an example, give Unai Emery a headache and things like that. So yeah, I'll start off with Czech. I give him a 5. He wasn't tested too much, and obviously you can't really get anything higher or anything lower is OTT in the wrong in the left or the right sort of direction, if you get what I'm saying. If I give him a 4, which he doesn't deserve, clearly I'm having a meltdown. If I give him a 6 or a 7, overdoing it. I felt he was decent with his ball playing. His distribution was all right. I can't remember him making too many saves. He's got a clean sheet at the end of the day. 5, to be fair. I give Socrates a 6. I like what Socrates has been on this season. No, I don't. Again, we weren't tested too tough, but I felt what he had to do, he mopped up well. His distribution was well. Yeah, I think he's just done enough to get a 6, so it's an average sort of rating. I give Holding a 5. Not much to do. Couple bits where his concentration could have been better. He lost the ball in the what was it? I swear it was the last 5 minutes or so. He lost the ball and Sporting didn't have enough quality to counter-attack, but other than that, a 5. I'd give Jenko a 5 as well. I don't feel he played poorly. I don't feel he played amazing. Felt Lichtstein, whatever you want to call the man's name. I felt he was very good going down the right-hand side, and he looked like someone that was either going to set up a goal or have a hand in it. One criticism of Jenkinson, he did kind of cripple us in that regards. While he got forward and he did put in one good ball, I just felt he didn't offer us enough down that left-hand side, and quite comical when he tried to strike the ball from outside the area. So he walks away with a respectable 5. He wasn't tested too tough, but yeah, I've already kind of given the clue away. Prior to him coming off with a hamstring injury, I give Lichtstein a 6. I felt it was an average game from everyone, not because we were poor, but he done enough to get a 6. I felt he was good going forward. I felt his tackling was all right. Yeah, man, I felt he was decent, so I give him a 6. I'll give Ramsey a 6. I felt it was one of Ramsey's better games I've seen from him this season. We know he's departing the club, and he's clearly 4th choice of sorts as in regards to the central midfielders. He played deeper today. I felt his passing was decent today. He tried to make things happen. He tried to play direct passes, difficult passes, try and break the lines. I felt Ramsey had a decent game. The only criticism I can find of his is in the dire embers of the game. We're in the opposition's box. Why are you trying to chip it and make space for yourself? Put the ball across or try and work a corner. That sort of selfishness doesn't make sense to me. But other than that, he gets a 6. Guendouzi gets a 6. I felt he was a busybody today. Distribution was good. Passing range. You know what you're going to get with Guendouzi. I felt he had a good game today. Some criticisms probably is he needs to sense danger a bit more when he's on the ball. Probably a bit too lackadaisical in that regard. If you remember in the first half, he was dwelling on the ball and he almost got caught. There's a couple of occasions that happens, but he's still young and on the grand scheme of things, inexperienced. So it's quite shocking positively shocking how good he is in that regard. So he gets a 6. Mkhitaryan, I give a 5. On another day, I'll give him a 4. People think I have something against Mkhitaryan. I think he's a bad boy footballer. I think he's got a lot of ability with a football. He's one of the most technically gifted players in our side. I just I don't see enough because I see him. Not that I care about people's wages, people. I don't care about. It's nothing to do with me what these players earn. But if he's on big wages should correlate 9 times out of 10 with your star players. By that logic, he should be one of the most important players, star players, people that make things happen. Don't think he did any of that today. I think Lichtsteiner was better than him going forward today, and that says something. Not to say he was shocking. I don't feel he was mad poor. You want to see a bit better. There's not too many games that I can't think, like, Mkhitaryan's on decent wages, like I said, so he should be doing something. Not that I care about wages. Rewind the vid to listen to the point carefully. Yeah, he's at the age where he should be wanting to dying to win something or dying to play well. And to be honest, I'm not saying he's doing this on purpose, of course not, but there's not too many. You can't think of too many quality performances from Mkhitaryan since he's put on an Arsenal shirt and traded it for his Man United one. I can think of AC Milan in Europa League, credit where due, was good that game. Everton last year was good that game. There's a couple more, literally a couple more, but other than that, there's not too much. And I felt he was kind of sloppy in possession. I just don't feel he was kind of at it today, especially when dribbling down the right-hand side. He put himself around, the application was about, and he did do some good passes and things like that, so I don't think I'm getting at him, but he's done enough to walk away with a 5. On another day, it's a 4 from me. Emil Smith-Rowe, he gets a 5. For me, excluding the first 20 minutes, going through the motions a bit. He's a young player, he's still learning his craft and things for all his potential, but yeah, it just didn't happen for him today. Just the quality, just that extra bit of quality you need in the final third wasn't quite there. The quality of decision making weren't quite there. Nice to see he got 90 minutes, but he just went through the motions a bit today, and it's a learning curve at the end of the day. So he walks away with a 5, man. Iwobi gets a 5. On another day, maybe it could be lower. I felt Iwobi's been in good form, so we'll allow him a bit, and he's my guy. But another one, probably going through the motions a bit too much today. Probably lucky to stay on the pitch to a degree. So he gets a 5. Wellesley gets a 5. I felt, sadly, prior to his injury, and fingers crossed it's not too serious, even though it looks concerning. We'll pray for him tonight. I felt he worked quite hard, and the team were trying to find him with deep balls, and he was equal to it. It's just unfortunate that is sadly his game, or his duration in the game, ended early because of an injury. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm not missing anyone else out, am I? So Aubameyang was on the field. I give him a 5 again for application, but on another day, another one like Iwobi and Mkhitaryan and a couple others could be a 4 because star striker, I'm thinking, alright, cool. Sporting are remaining rigid and stuff. Give them something to think about. I can't remember too many times Aubameyang was in the box or in positions to really influence the game. So he gets a 5. Kola don't really on the pitch long enough to really affect the game for me, but if I had to give him something, a 5, purely because I felt he was doing what Jenkinson wasn't, in the sense that when he's getting in the final third, some quality on the final ball, because Kola put in a couple, not to say he played amazing, but a couple balls that I was thinking at least Aubameyang or someone just get on the end of it, just gamble, and it didn't quite happen. I don't feel Maitland-Niles was on the pitch to really give him a rating, but it was nice to see him come on the field and get some more minutes and trying to complete his own rehabilitation from an injury he suffered on the first day of the season. But other than that, I'm not missing anyone else out, and if I am, it's because they were extremely underwhelming then. It is what it is, man. I feel 5 and the 6s I've given out is a good result. I don't feel nobody's played amazing. I don't necessarily feel anyone played extremely poor. But yeah, it is what it is, man. 0-0, 2 points dropped, which has been a kind of staying on what's been a near enough perfect Europa League, what's the right word? Performance so far. So yeah, I mean, 3 draws on the spin now in all comps. Maybe a bit of concern in that regards. For me, it's nice to see we've got a clean sheet, but it's sad to see we haven't scored. It's sad to see we haven't scored in another game. We ain't scored in the first half of the game, but all I can do now is look to Wolves on Sunday, and then, yeah, what shall be, shall be. People, deluded, thank you very much for watching. My player ratings, I'm out.